Father, thank you so much for your goodness and your mercy, Lord. Father, we look to you now, Lord, because we need to hear from you. Father, as we speak here, I ask in Jesus' name that you speak to our hearts. We thank you that you are our God. We thank you, Lord, for being here. Holy Spirit, you know what we're doing with our personal lives. So we thank you for this working now. I yield myself to you now, Father. And thank you for your goodness. In Jesus' name, amen. We're going through the book of Galatians, and we're going to basically, if you look at the notes, I was going to take a big chunk. God said, no, we're going to sit on this little part here. So we probably will only get to verses 10 through 14. The important part, for those of you, just kind of a little summary, the Galatian church, basically, and again, this is before they had, you and I, we had Bibles. Back in that day, the Bibles were being written, so they were hearing the word. They couldn't go Galatians, they couldn't go Ephesians. So we have an advantage. Years ago, when I was recently got saved, I went up to Fairfield, California, and I was standing in front of a guy who was a pastor of the church. He was about 6'3", so I'm looking up at him, standing in front of his Cadillac. And he let me know, if I was not a member of his church, I wasn't going to heaven. Me being the busy beaver that I was, and now there's scriptures, I looked up and said, where's that in the Bible? In a discussion. What was happening in the Galatian church, a group of Judaizers were coming down and saying, oh, you've received Jesus, but you need to start doing the law. You need to start those sides. You need to start doing the law things. So it was Jesus plus the law that was now going to save you. And so Paul is writing to these people saying, hello, somebody's bamboozling you. You're getting this, something is wrong here. That's not what we preach. This is another gospel. Okay, so we're going to look into verses 10 to 14. It says, for as many are the works of the law are under the curse. For it is written, cursed is everyone who does not continue in all things written in the book of the law to do them. But that no one is justified by the law in the sight of God is evident. For the just shall live by faith. Yet the law is not of faith, but the man who does them shall live by them. Christ has redeemed us from the curse of the law, having been made a curse for us. For it is written, cursed is everyone who hangs on a tree, that the blessing of Abraham might come upon the Gentiles in Christ Jesus, that we might receive the promise of the Spirit through faith. So he's coming into a situation. There's two ways of doing it. Okay? There's the way where God says do it, or there's I did it. Not on the little paper I said I did it 100%. So if you say, I am going to get myself saved, God says, here's a list, 613 commandments you've got to do. And the little caveat is, you can't break one of them. Ever. So if you decide to say, I'm going to do it my way, I'm going to save myself, then you would have to do everything 100% without any error, and then you might qualify. Think about that. We recently had this thing, service or whatever you call, where something was brought back 35 years. What if we, because most people you talk to, well, I'm good. I'm a bad person. I'm good. What if we had the ability to actually tap into your intention part of your brain, the thought part of your system, the memory part of your system, and then talk about the good and the bad that you have done? What would it look like? And we have the ability to do a pre-Jesus and after-Jesus if you want to go there. But the bottom line is, most people that say I'm good, it's a qualified good. I remember years ago when I got saved in one church I was going to, one of my testimonies. So I wrote front, back. And when it was all said and done, I said, well, at least I didn't physically kill anybody. Yeah. So my pre-Jesus days, my thought pattern was, well, I'm an okay person because I haven't physically killed anyone. But when you get into God's standard, that's why I said the intent, the thought meter. God says if you even look upon a woman to lust after her, you've committed adultery. If you call someone fool, right, you've actually, the sin has killed somebody. So if you have ever in your life, as a good person, lusted after someone, now God doesn't rate on a curve. Most of us, we think, we talk to people, again, you all are going to be talking to people at pickleball courts, you're going to be talking in the stores, in the rec centers, and as you're talking to them, I'm a good person. I am. And you assume, or they assume, not you because you're putting your faith in Jesus Christ, they assume that because I'm done maybe 2 out of 613, or I've done 50 out of 613, God has this curve. But God is all or none. So if you choose to save yourself by doing good works, it's an all or none proposition. 100%. So he's talking to the Galatian church and said, oh, you want to go this way? Now, the other part of the equation is, if I put my faith in Jesus, who did it all 100%? Who died in my place? Who was my substitute? My sacrifice? I can put my faith in Him, and I get to go in. So you have a choice. So everybody that you're talking to, I'm a good person. What do you mean by good? If we put your life up on the screen, what would it look like? What if we, I won't pick any, what if we brought Brother Joe up here and said, Joe, we want to see if you want to do da-da-da-da-da. And then we start bringing people out of his past, his family, his running buddies, his girlfriends, his ex-girlfriends, his neighbor. What would the story look like?
Sinner.
I had this thing when I was watching that. I said, there's a verse that came to my mind. He was without sin. Let him cast the first stone. And all of us are sick. All of us have fallen short. So the problem, they were trying to, the people had come in and said, hey, you've got to add the law to your Jesus stuff so that you can be saved. And that was the problem. So he's coming in to correct that. That's what he said. Basically, cursed is everyone who does not continue in all things. So if you are going to try to earn your way to heaven, you've got to be 100% externally and internally. So right there, every good person that you know about is gone. How many of you have ever, I'm going to go back into junior high. How many of you have ever been in a situation where the person in charge wasn't doing right? And you had no way of dealing with it other than accept what was being done to you. So because you couldn't physically do anything inside, you killed that person at least 150 times. Different ways, of course. Anybody? So these 4 or 5 people, we wouldn't be able to go to heaven based upon that one violation. So we're not talking about any other one. We're just talking about that one. So it's very, very important because most of us, as we're out in the field as full-time ministers of the gospel, people will say, well, I'm a good person. Your next question should be, by whose standards? Because if we go by God's standards, we're in trouble. Because when we say good is not good, because God looks at the inside as well as the outside. We only look at outside. I haven't stolen anything. I haven't killed anybody. I haven't raped anybody. But what happened on the inside? Because that's what God's looking at. But moving along. Number 2 point. That point of God doesn't rate on the scale is very, very important. Very, very, very important. But that no one is justified by the law in the sight of God. It is evident, for the just shall live by faith. So God basically said, this is the way, over here. Jesus says, I am the way, the truth, and life. No man cometh to the Father but by me. At the top here, heaven is God's domain, right? Yes? God owns heaven, God lives in heaven. Okay. So if God is going to have anybody come to his house, his domain, does he have the right to determine How do you get there? Yes? Okay. So if we grant God that thing, and He's the creator God, and we're all dead. But if He's in our thinking, allow Him that, if He chose to say, the only way to heaven is through Jesus Christ, my Son, who died in your place, who am I to say, well, I don't like that option? It's His house. It's His domain. So again, as we're talking to people, we might have to help people understand that. Because right now, I have a key to my house. This is the key to my car. Right here, my car outside. This is the key to it. Okay? If I give you my key, you can go into my car and drive away. If you break into my car without my permission, what do we call that? Breaking and entering. You're stealing. That is not a good thing. Because this is my car, I can give my key to wherever I want to. Yes? I have a house key. I can do the same thing because it's my house and my house key. You just don't, if you come into my house without my permission, that is called breaking and entering. Okay? So there's a group of people that want to get into heaven coming through a side door. Breaking and entering. And they feel justified. But again, God said, this is the way. Right here. And so our faith in Jesus Christ is the way. And so Paul was trying to tell the Galatian church, and I found out the Galatians, for some reason initially, was thinking they were Jewish people. They were Gentiles. Just like in the book of Acts, where the Judaizers came, hey, you've got to start doing the law. They were doing it here too. But these are Gentiles now trying to talk between, I put my faith in Jesus Christ, I see Him moving in my life. Oh, now I got to go come back under the law. And that was the problem. There's a part where it says, Christ has redeemed us from the curse of the law. Have anybody ever read Deuteronomy 28? Verses 1 through 14 talks about the blessings of obeying God. Verses 15 through 68 talk about the curses of not obeying God. There's even one verse that says, and anything not listed here, that's going to come upon you. I'm like, this is scary. I looked over to Leviticus, and Leviticus is really interesting. There's a part where you'll see over and over again. 7 times the punishment. 7 times the da-da-da. I'm like, well, this is serious. We're for disobeying God. God was serious about this thing. But that curse, the curse that came upon all of our disobedience, went where? On Jesus. Because He hung on the cross for you and I. He paid for my sins. He paid for the curses. He broke the curses. That the blessing of Abraham might come upon the Gentiles in Christ Jesus, that we might receive the promise of the Spirit through faith. So Jesus is our substitute. He stood in the gap for you and me. And all we have to do is to receive that by faith. Now you can say, well, I'm going to try to earn it on my own. Waste of time. Now the beauty of it, once He is inside of you, your natural response is to do good. To honor Him, to live your life for Him. Right? Yeah. So I do my good works not to save myself, but as a response or a thank you to Him saving me. In the new covenant, the law went from the outside to the inside. He says, I'm going to write my laws upon your heart and upon your mind. He's going to be our God. I'm going to be His people. That was his plan. It still is. There's a point I do want to put out there. Abraham years ago had a covenant with God. God had a covenant with him saying, you're going to bless all the people, blah, blah, blah. Lands, da, 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 da. 430 years later, the law came about. The thing about God, your father, my father, is He is a covenant-keeping God. He did not annul His covenant with Abraham. He still has the same covenant. What that tells me is the covenant that Him and I have together through Jesus Christ, it's solid. It doesn't go away. It doesn't get replaced by something else. And I enjoy that part about that. Now, most of us, we still try to do stuff. I mean, most of us grew up in dysfunctional homes where you had to, how do you call it, earn your parents' love. None of you had this situation, right? You get this. We had my family. My dad, he had a favorite. It was obvious that he had a favorite. The favorite child got a real horse with a real stable, with a bunch of stuff that went with that because that was his favorite child. I, on the other hand, was not his favorite child. But my point is, some of us, even as adults, we're still trying to earn affections, earn approval, earn acceptance, even with God. And that's where we get into trouble. We're trying to earn. If I do this, you'll like me more, God? He loves you when you were a sinner. And I'm sharing this with you because you need to remember He loves me, period. But also, He loves them. So the person that you're going to be talking to, you're going to say, no, you can't earn your salvation. That's a wasted effort. It'd be like me trying to touch the ceiling, standing on the floor. I'm almost 6'1". I can jump as much as I can, and I will not be able to touch any of those light bulbs. Can you take it? That's a wasted effort. Trying to earn our salvation is a wasted effort. Because He says, you sin. If you break one, it's over. So if we understand that, all I can do is say, put my faith in Jesus Christ. All I can do is thank you, Lord, for giving grace to me. I do have a verse on here that says Ephesians 2:8-10. God saved you by His grace when you believed. And you can't take credit for this. It is a gift from God. Salvation is not a reward for the good things we've done. So no one of us can boast about it. For we are God's masterpiece. He has created us anew in Christ Jesus so we can do good things He planned for us long ago. I like the part up here is that basically salvation is not a reward for the stuff I've done. I can't earn the salvation. I can't. And then if I could boast about it. Right? Not anything. Just say hypothetically we did a big fundraiser and we built this church. And just say Pam and I, those big things that give all the windows, we pay for all the windows. So we could come here one day and says, praise God. God gives us all of the windows in this building. There's our seat right there. That's the Jimmy bench. We earned it because we bought all the windows in the building. We chuckle, but in some churches, that's what goes on. And so we have talked to those people. So it's an important thing. God said nobody's going to be able to boast. So if you are rich or poor, it's not about money. If you're a Rockefeller or a no-name person, it's not about that. It's through faith in Jesus Christ. Nobody can boast. Like we were saying earlier, it's all about Him. Now, if you forget it's all about Him, we get that Pharisee kind of attitude. Remember the guy, there were two guys that went down to pray. You had a religious person and basically a tax collector, a non-religious person. Okay. The religious person says, God, I thank you. I'm not like other people. I fast, I tithe, I. This guy over here says, Lord, be merciful to be a sinner. Jesus said, this guy went home justified, not the religious guy. So sometimes we do religious stuff, we forget, not for the grace of God, that's me. We forget that we come through the same door, Jesus Christ. Amen. It's not by your efforts, your expertise, your smartness, your wisdom. It's by faith in Jesus Christ. And they have forgotten that. Our thing is to make sure we don't forget that. And as you share with people, to remind them that they don't forget about that. It's only through Jesus. That's the door He determined for us to walk through. Amen? Amen. I'm going to pray. Everybody close your eyes. And if you choose to say, I think I might need to rededicate my life. I've been working my way to heaven and I just realized it's a waste of effort. I want to give you a time to recommit your life to Jesus. You can repeat after me out loud or to yourself, whichever works best for you. Dear Father, thank you so much for your love for me. I realize that my faith has to be in Jesus. My efforts, my own self-deeds will not work. So Jesus, I receive you. I receive your sacrifice. I receive what you did in my place today. I recommit myself to you and ask that you would continually work in me your good pleasure. And I thank you for this. In Jesus' name. Amen. I'm going to ask the worship team to come up. We'll do a closing song and a closing prayer. Please use us as we leave here today to minister your life,